98 Not Out, sponsored by Shepherd Neame, proud supporters of cricket in Essex.
Yes, let's welcome to the show an old friend of ours, and always a pleasure chatting, Mr. Tymal Mills. How are you, mate?
Good evening, boys. Very well, thank you. Good to hear from you both.
You've been playing golf today. How'd you get on?
Yeah, well, no, actually, I'm not a good golfer. Today was the first time I played since about January time, but I shot 99, so I'm very happy with that.
All right, okay.
Should have shot 98. Would have been even more pleased with you. Who was you playing? Who was you playing with?
Stuart Meeker, young lad Will Sheffield, and our strength and conditioning coach. So yeah, it was nice to see a couple of the lads again. Obviously, haven't been able to see anybody for quite a while. So
yeah,
it was nice to just.
Are you better or worse than Ravi at golf?
I've never seen Rav play, but I'm going to assume he's pretty bad.
So, first of all, thanks for coming on. For listeners that don't know, you and your wife India are expecting your first child soon. How's it all going?
Yeah, different. Obviously, we've had a lot of the nice parts of the pregnancy taken away with not having baby showers, not being able to go shopping for clothes, all those the little things.
Yeah.
My missus is just stuck at home with me and all the bad bits that come with the pregnancy, but she's been keeping me busy, that's for sure.
Some of your tweets have been quite entertaining.
Yeah, luckily she doesn't have Twitter, so she,
oh, that's why you're so brave.
Yeah, if she did, I'd be in trouble. But no, it's going well, thank you. Obviously, we've got about 6 weeks to go, so yeah, really excited.
Oh, good. We both hope it goes fine, and you can have a.
Are you getting your sleep in, mate? Because you're going to need to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so everybody says that. So I reckon I might magically become deaf in about 6 weeks.
Mate, earplugs. Trust me. Get yourself some decent earplugs. Honestly, as someone who's got 4 of them, you definitely need earplugs.
Okay, I'm on it.
Your old mate Christian is listening. He's now 6 foot tall and reckons he bowls faster than you.
I'll keep an eye out. 6 foot tall. He was about 4'6" last time I saw him.
I know. He's shot up, mate. Honestly, and he's been keeping fit in the garden. Have you been back in the nets as yet? Slinging a few down?
Well, no, it's a bit of an awkward, bit of a dodgy circumstance. We're not allowed to train. Well, we're definitely not. We're not because we're furloughed.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to step foot on the cricket ground at all. Can't use the gym. And then it's still a bit of a grey. It's not a grey area. We're not really allowed to train at all. We can't go to a club and
oh no.
Do some training or anything. I assume. Obviously, there's insurance, and if we're getting injured whilst we're training, playing cricket, whilst we're furloughed, it could get a bit messy. So, at the moment, we're just having to stay as fit as we can. We've all been given, gym kit. The S&C and the physio drove round and dropped us off some kit each, and luckily we had some stuff in the garage anyway. So, just trying to do as best we can to stay, pretty much not get too fat and too stoppy. So when hopefully we do play some cricket at the back end of this summer, we won't be too far away.
How's your back been lately? Because obviously earlier in your career there were problems. How is it these days?
Yeah, so obviously the stuff that caused me to retire from 4-day cricket. Luckily, that hasn't reared its head since I started playing T20s. I got a stress fracture last summer, which was really frustrating. But I think I'm pretty much over that. I played out in the Pakistan Super League in February, just before kind of the coronavirus really kind of got going. So
yeah.
It was nice to play a little bit of cricket. Obviously, I didn't know that was going to be my last cricket for a while, but yeah, no, I feel all good, thank you, at the moment.
We've talked to a few boys that were out there for the PSL. Sounded like it was a really fantastic thing to be part of out there, being in Pakistan for the first time.
Yeah, look, that was my 4th time out there now. So
right.
This was the first time that we were out there for the whole competition. Previously, it was just flying out there for the knockout stages. So yeah, look, the cricket was brilliant. Every game was sold out. The pitches were, but a lot of them were pretty flat. They were tough to bowl on. But yeah, I had a brilliant time, and hopefully I'll be back out there again next year.
we've been watching on various Twitter and Facebook things. It's the anniversary of you castling Chris Gayle that time. Did he get a duck? Did you bowl him for a duck?
Yeah, I think so, but the amount of that's been replayed, I'm sure people don't think I've taken a wicket since then. That seems to be the only wicket that ever gets shown. That was about 4 years ago now.
Yeah, it's one of those iconic wickets, though, isn't it? It's one of those sort of moments where you get someone at the top of their game. It's always good to watch again.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great night. It was a great challenge for me at the time. 4 years.
Did he say anything to you after?
Say again?
Did he say anything to you after that?
Nah, nothing. Not a word.
Okay. So let's talk about Pace Journal. You've now joined as an official partner.
Yeah. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. Yeah, look, it's an exciting project for me. Obviously, I've been doing quite a bit of media these last few years, aside from my cricket. So it's something that I do have an interest in. So I just followed that account last year at some point. So I thought it was quite a cool account. I thought the visuals were good, and then the guy that runs it, Shabazz, he reached out to me and just got to know each other a little bit, and he was looking for somebody to join the team, that has some credibility behind them, and obviously the fact that I'm not shy in front of the camera and things like that obviously helped as well. So it's been really interesting for me to learn a bit more about how the business works. It's a lot more than just a guy on his phone on Instagram doing an account. There's a lot more to it. So look, we've got some really, really exciting stuff planned moving forward. Been delayed a little bit with COVID and everything that's gone on, but yeah, we've got some really exciting things coming up in the next few weeks and months.
There's some decent names associated with this. I just had a little look through it today. So you've got Ishant Sharma, your mate Jofra Archer, Lockie Ferguson, and good old Tino Best as well. Minor windows, Tino.
Yeah, Tino's a character. He's one of those guys that if you're going to do an interview or a catch-up or anything with Tino, you need to give yourself, make sure you've got at least a good hour and a half free, because he loves to talk. he doesn't mind having a chat. But yeah, look, we interview some really big names. We've got we've got another series starting very shortly with another up and coming big name. But we like to also highlight some of the smaller guys as well, some guys that you might not have heard of, or maybe ones to watch, because they'll have completely different journeys. I'm sure their experiences were guys like George Scrimshaw, Henry Brooks, those guys, they might not be household names, but their journeys and their stories will be completely different to Ishant Sharma's, Lockie Ferguson's, as you say. So we try and keep it cast a really wide net, and that includes coaches as well, strength coaches, bowling coaches. So we try and get as broad a coverage as we can to try and cover as many bases as we can.
Are you, in a sense, proof that you don't need to be over-coached to be a fast bowler? Because, it just came to you naturally, didn't it? You never really had lots of formal coaching. You
didn't start till you were, was it 14 when you first picked up a cricket ball?
Yes, I mean, my story is obviously very unique, and on the channel we will dive into it more, and I'll give my experiences. But look, it's the one thing about cricket and fast bowling in particular is there's no correct answer, is there? Everybody is so different, and that's probably one of the main challenges as a player and as a coach is to try and somehow come across what works for you, what's the best way for you to go about it. So as we say, we interview all these great people, and we try and look for the best stories and the most variety in the stories. So hopefully if you listen to, if you follow our page and you read a year's worth of interviews and listen to the podcasts and things, you're going to pick up something. It's not going to be a one-size-fits-all type of thing. So that's one thing we're really keen on, and we'll keep moving forward.
So the website that people need to head to is pacejournal.com. Is that right?
Yeah, thepacejournal.com.
Oh, thepacejournal.com. All right.
And our Instagram account is just @pacejournal. Yeah, that's where the main business goes down, and everything goes on the website as well. So yeah.
We'll put all that on our social media so that people can chase it up. But it sounds no pleasure. It sounds really interesting though.
So T, you getting ready to forge your career in the media after? You always seem very happy with interviews and stuff like that. Is that going to be your sort of something you'll look at in the future?
Yeah, I think so. Ever since I started just playing T20 cricket, obviously the main thing that comes with that is you have a lot more free time. I'm not playing as much cricket. I'm not playing 4-day cricket, travelling, home and away, day in, day out, 50 over cricket. I have a lot more spare time, even during the T20 season. Obviously, we train for a few hours in the morning, games on until night time. So just physically, in terms of man hours, I have free time. So ever since then, I've been able to get involved with Sky on the TV, doing punditry and live commentary, and also the radio with the likes of BBC. I was one of the colour commentators during the World Cup with TMS, which I really enjoyed, and I've done work with TalkSport as well. So it's something that I'm definitely interested in, and I keep getting asked to come back. And guys,
well, you speak very well. You come across really well.
I must be doing a decent job.
You are.
No, I appreciate that. So again, this side of it now with Pace Journals, it's a chance for me to, at the moment I've mainly just been doing commentary, so mainly colour commentary, whereas my work with Pace Journal will allow me to work on presenting and interviewing and podcasting and those other types of things. So hopefully it will give me a bit more of a rounded approach and a rounded background when it comes to media stuff, and hopefully I can help some people along the way as well. So that's the plan.
Just stepping back a little bit, having made the decision to be T20 only, does that make life in general a bit more uncertain, or does it give you? Are you happy with the space it gives you to do other things? But just in terms of you're a young guy still, a long life ahead. Do you get more security from playing the full package of red ball and white ball, or I was just wondering are you living from one tournament to the next, or are you wondering where the next tournament's going to come, or if you're going to be in an auction or whatever?
Look, it's you can't. There is a lot of uncertainty. You don't know how your year's going to plan out. No, I do have the security. I'm very, very fortunate. I refer to myself as kind of semi-freelance, because I'm very fortunate to have a brilliant relationship with Sussex down here. So I'm employed by Sussex Cricket 12 months of the year. So I'm based here.
Oh, okay, right.
When I'm not playing in a tournament in the winter or any time, I'm in with the boys at Sussex training, using the facilities with the physio and doing what I've got to do. But as a payoff for that, I have to, obviously Sussex have to give me my clearance to go to every competition that I go to. So if I've got a niggle or an injury, obviously they hold the right to deny me my NOC, which is fair enough. And obviously come the English summer, I'm obviously fully committed to Sussex. So I'm very grateful for that. But outside of that, in the winters, look, you're never guaranteed. I'm in every auction that comes up, and I've obviously been picked up in plenty, but I've also not been selected a lot of times. And you get disappointed, and then you're hoping for replacement deals and the like. And it's it definitely comes with uncertainty, but it's just the way it goes. That's why I've been quite proactive in the stuff I've done with the media and now with Pace Journal, because one, it subsidises your income in the short term. And two, it hopefully makes that transition after whenever I do have to stop playing cricket. Hopefully, I've got something to go straight into. So I'm trying to make the best of the situation that I'm in.
Good man. Now, next week on the show, we've got a very excited young cricketer coming on who's been messaging me non-stop since we invited him on. He's a real bag of energy, and he's got a wonderful taste in music as well. Now, he's your Sussex sidekick, Laurie Evans. Dish the dirt.
What good questions have we got to ask Laurie?
Laurie, well, if you follow Laurie on social media, all you see is him talking about and bloody on his bike. All he seems to do is ride his push bike, wearing his silly little hat. So, make sure you mention that to him. But yeah, no, look, obviously I know Laurie really well.
Yeah.
I've played with him at Sussex for the last few years. We've played together and against each other on the various T20 leagues as well. He's really done well this last 3 years or so of his career. So he's one of our top batters, obviously at Sussex, and yeah, I'm sure he'll have a few stories for you for sure.
He's been sending me scorecards of the amount of times he's been, because I told him the show's 98 not out, and I think he pulled out a 98 run out, a 98 not out, a 98 out. 98 seems to be a number for him.
He's a bottle job then, isn't he?
He's saving a few quid not buying jugs, isn't he?
Exactly.
T looks quite hopeful we'll get a bit of cricket in as well now this summer, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, we're going to get the internationals, aren't we? Which is brilliant, and everything that we've been told is that as long as the England internationals go on this summer, that will that will ensure that the county game does survive long term, because obviously the ECB's money does trickle down through to the counties, and for a lot of counties, obviously keeps them afloat. So that was really important. So all the different clubs are going to be safe just in terms of their futures.
Yeah.
And then from
hello.
He's gone under a bridge.
Really high.
I think
Come 6 weeks' time, or however long it is till that first West Indies test. So yeah, and then for us county players, we're still just keeping our fingers crossed that come the back end of this summer, hopefully mid-August, end of August, we can get some cricket played. We'll all be desperate to. It's going to be the start of June now, so
yeah.
by then we're all going to be
chomping
really
at the bit, won't you?
So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get some cricket played later this summer.
T, thanks for joining us. You are dropping in and out there, so we'll hold it there. Thanks for taking some time out, and hopefully we'll catch up again once the season gets going.
All the best with Pace Journal, and we'll put that on our social media so that people can take a look.